This is Kristen Redman, and today we are going to talk about how those planets in the sky are making an impact on your sign of Pisces for 2018. And this is a year where Jupiter, the planet of luck, and Saturn, the planet of stability, make the biggest impact for you. And one of the main things that, I'm looking at like 17 notes at once here, and I'm trying to decide which one to go with. Let's start with money. Let's start there. Now, Uranus, I tell you what, Uranus is quite a planet, and Uranus is like the planet of this year in a lot of ways, but Uranus is the planet that just wants to shake things up. Uranus is the rebel of the solar system and will always do something you just don't expect it to do. And when it's in our charts and it makes impact on our personal planets as it goes through, sometimes it can bring things through in a chaotic, unexpected manner, things that throw us on our head that we never could have anticipated coming out of left field. And ultimately what they do, though, is they push us into an area that leads us to greater happiness and helps us to be the real, true, authentic person that we are and who we are now. Not who we were 10 years ago, but who we are now. And for you, Uranus has been, over the past 7 years, almost 8 years now, going through and creating a little bit of chaos and upheaval in your house of finances. That's where it's been making the biggest impact for our wonderful Pisces friends. And as it's done so, its main goal has been for you to be financially free, to have that freedom, to be free of debt, to be free of worry. And as it leaves in May, you're going to find that there are some really good solid ground under you to start getting to that spot. And over the next 7 years, as Uranus goes into the sign of Taurus, that starts in May, once that starts, you are going to find that there are going to be really unexpected opportunities that pop up in order for you to start making some more money. Ways that are working with you in a number of different ways this year, let me tell you, Pisces friend, to make more money, to make that financial freedom a reality. By the time the next couple of years actually rolls around, you're going to have a lot more freedom under you than you really anticipated. So there are going to be some opportunities that pop up out of nowhere to improve or move forward in your career early in this year, okay, around the time of the eclipses that happen in January, at the end of January, and mid part of February. Notice what the universe is laying down at that time frame, what it's telling you in that time frame. Job opportunities that pop up. A big thing this year, I feel, and I see in a lot of ways for the Pisces friends, is that you are going to have an opportunity to advance yourselves, but it's going to come through having to go back to school or having to take a course of some sort. This is a time to really pay attention if the universe is telling you in that time frame, because by the time Jupiter moves into Sagittarius at the end of the year, November 8th, that's like hitting the jackpot, okay, in terms of luck for a lot of us, okay, but especially for you in terms of finances, because it's going to really bring in these opportunities, especially if you're taking some courses now at the beginning of the year, they're going to pay off to make sure you get more money moving into 2019 as well. No matter what, they're going to expand you beyond where you're at anyway. So let's move on to the next phase for what's happening. I mean, that's obviously good, and that's going to bring some happiness right there. But one of the big areas where some new beginnings are going to be happening this year for you is in your 5th house, which rules children and romance and overall general happiness for you. Eclipses indicate new beginnings, and they are happening in that 5th house sector for you. So expect some new shifts and changes and beginnings that happen for your children. Maybe there's a new kid that's coming in, Maybe it's a new cycle for a child that's going into a new phase of their life. Whatever it is, these things are bringing some new cycles of happiness for you. Now, Jupiter, remember when I said there was this opportunity that maybe you can start going back to school or something along those lines? Jupiter has moved into Scorpio. It's not in that Sagittarius yet. Like I said, that happens at the end of 2018. It really brings you some awesome luck and finances. Right now what's happening is Jupiter has been touring through Scorpio starting 10/10 of last year. And it's going through Scorpio now, trying to heal and transform whatever it is that it touches. And for you right now, that's the 9th house. It has to do with your spiritual base, your spirituality. But it also has to do with higher learning and traveling. Jupiter is going to give you opportunities starting in October of last year to travel, to learn new things, to go new places, to expand beyond your limited horizons where you're at now and learn some new things. These are great opportunities and wonderful things come as a result, okay? If you have that option to take some courses, do it, because this is going to pay off for you years down the road as well if you listen to what the universe is saying through that. Now, another big event that's happening in this year is that Saturn has moved to its home sign of Capricorn. That started just before Christmas, and it hasn't been there since 1988. I mean, this is 30 years in the making that this planet's been ready to come home, and it's been working hard to get there. And as it lands into a new sign, it lands into a new house for each one of us as well. And it makes a big impact in trying to stabilize that house that it lands in. What house is it trying to stabilize for you, my friend, is in your 11th house of friendships and networks and organizations that are around you. That's your work organization. That's your friendship network. That's your spiritual network too. That's around you and giving you that push and insight to understanding yourself even better. In this process, as Jupiter goes through Scorpio and heals those spiritual wounds for you, this is a time where they bring new people in that are like-minded and understanding, and this is a wonderful time frame. This is also good as Saturn stabilizes that area. It's bringing in some good people too. These are good, solid people that are going to help you move forward into the future. And this is also a fantastic influence too for long-standing friendships and relationships that you've had. They get even more secure and rooted, and wonderful things come with the deepness of those roots as they get strengthened in the coming year. Now for you, this is going to be a little bit of an interesting, oh, forgive me. Every time I start talking about the Mars retrograde, it makes me yawn. This is like the 3rd video I've done this for, and I have a feeling that all of us are going to be so exhausted come summertime because Mars is going to retrograde, and Mars is the engine that makes us all go. So when it retrogrades, and it just retrograded not too long ago, so it's weird that it's retrograding again already, but it's going to be stuck in the sign of Aquarius from June 26th, and then it finally goes direct to August 26th, but then it's still in Aquarius for the remainder of the year, basically, too. So while it's there, it's like our engine is stalled, and we feel we can't get going. But the main thing we can't get going in is being the real, true, authentic self. This is going to be a time for a lot of introspection, but especially for you, because this is going to happen in your 12th house of the subconscious mind. And when Mars, the engine, stalls out in the subconscious mind, this is going to be where you just want to be alone. You just want to retreat. You just want to hide away. And what you want to do is you want to think about what it is you need to be happy and move forward to be the real, true, authentic you and who you want to be. So if you feel the need to hide away, don't feel bad. It's just the universe working with you here, you know. So let's look a little bit deeper into certain birthdays here. Now, when I look at these birthdays, I mean, it's different. Everybody's unique birth chart is different, okay? So if you want to see where Mars is stalling out and trying to bring you more independence, if you're trying to see where those eclipses are actually activating your chart to see where a new beginning is coming, if you want to find out where Jupiter is trying to heal something in your chart, contact me. I do readings all the time, obviously, throughout the year, but I only do like one special in the year, and that's my New Year's special for $77. I do your yearly chart to help you understand better what your birth chart, your natal promise is from the time you were born, and how the planets in the sky now, like everything I just said, are directly impacting you. I got a link below for that. But as a general rule of thumb, this is for Pisces energy in particular. So if you have a birthday between February 18th and March 1st, this is a year where that stabilizing planet Saturn is really trying to bring some good energy for you. It's trying to stabilize a lot of things in your life, my friend. It really is. So there is one of the main things I think that comes from this aspect too, is that you learn the value of boundaries better in this time frame. The problem is with you being ruled by Neptune, you trust people very, very much. And unfortunately, you will be deceived a lot because of your trust. Incarnating as a Pisces, that's just unfortunately part and parcel of it. But this is a year where you learn where it's not so beneficial to have dissolved boundaries, where it's important to put them in place, and it doesn't make you a jerk face for doing that either, right? So this is going to be a year where you really learn that. But in general, overall, to have Saturn working with you in the way that it is, this is a year of massive stability. Good, solid ground is coming under you by the end of the year. I promise you, my friend. I promise you. So March 2nd to the 7th, if your birthday lands in there, that Neptune that I was just talking about is aligned with your sun. So this is going to be one of the years where spirituality is at its absolute utmost important for you. You become connected with your spiritual side and the essence of God and your spiritual network very strongly this year. This is a year you also want to be very hyper aware of where you have dissolved boundaries, where they need to be in place. You have dissolved away old structures of who you are in order to move forward. This is a year those things really, really come to the focus as well, too. Your dream state is going to be off the chain this year. Let me tell you what, you're going to be dreaming and dreaming and dreaming. These are your spirit guides that are meant to come in at this point in your life to help you strengthen that intuition and connection with the spiritual realm. Listen to what they have to say. Make a dream journal. Check out dreammoods.com. It's an awesome website that's like a dream dictionary, and you just type in one of the symbols from your dream and it gives you a lot of information. Piece those together and think about what you were sending out into the universe before you fell asleep at night, and it will give you so much guidance and insight on what you're asking for. Now, if you have a birthday between March 9th and 12th, this is a year that is ripe with opportunities for you. Let me tell you why. Because Pluto is working very, very well with your energy this year. Pluto is the planet that heals and transforms, and it's trying to heal and transform a lot for you and bring you an amazing amount of opportunity as a result. This is the year where these opportunities come because you do take that time of the Mars retrograde and introspect. You go within and you are the caterpillar that turns into this amazing butterfly. You are the epitome of transformation this year in a lot of ways. So and it comes from getting to the bottom of who you are. It really is. And once you get through this energy of that Mars retrograde, really digging in there and asking, who am I? What do I want? What do I need? You are going to have the amazing amount of confidence that you didn't even know you had moving forward to make the changes necessary where they need to be. It's a beautiful energy that you got out there. But let's get a hold of Archangel Sandalphon. Your archangel is Pisces. He is the angel that brings you messages through songs. If you find that music always has a message for you, my friend, that is because your archangel is working with you and bringing spirit guides and energies of deceased loved ones through to give you messages and just to say, hello, I love you, and I am here, you know. Archangel Sandalphon. He is the angel that they say takes our prayers from earth and takes them up to heaven and brings the answers back to us as well. So let's ask him for some guidance today, huh? What's his message to you for 2018? Oh, I love this card. I love this card because actually this is a Pisces card. The Ten of Water is a beautiful card to have. This is a card that indicates that wonderful things are coming for you in terms of finances, love, relationships. and overall emotional happiness and health. The actual wording on this card is a contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met, and that you have a trustworthy relationship to be happy for. This is what Sandalphon is telling you. I hear your prayers for your finances and your love and your family, and I'm bringing it. I'm bringing it to you. This is a card that's representative of that last week in Pisces, just before we start the new astrological year in Aries. So that's going to be the very last week, which is like March 11th through like the 23rd, in that time frame ish, weekish time. This card is representative of that, and I have always looked at that as the time when it is the darkest before the dawn, because this is like the New Year's Eve card of astrology. That's the New Year's in the astrology wheel, is that last week where new beginnings happen again. So I think that this year is going to be an amazing year for you because of this card and the information that it tells me on the front of it, but also the information that's behind it as well. And I think this is a wonderful year to manifest what it is you want. Just go deep within, and it's okay to take some time for yourself too, let me tell you that. So my Pisces friends, thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed 2018. Bye.